Good morning, guys. So I want to show you how to solve a quadratic trinomial when there's a leading coefficient that's higher than 1. And I put this together for it to basically be simplified for you guys, so hopefully you find that useful. First thing, step 1, first you must multiply the first and the last numbers. So you have to multiply the 2x squared and the negative 9. So let's bring this down, and I'm just going to show you how we do that. I'm going to rewrite it and multiply this and that together, which will basically equal negative 18x squared. Then we make an x. We put that negative 18x squared on top, and then we pull down, put the answer to the step 1 at the top, and the center term in the bottom. So we take this center term and we just bring it down here. Step 3, find the factors that multiply into negative 18 and add into positive 3. Now because this is a negative that we're multiplying into, one of these has to be negative and one of these has to be positive. So then let's take a look at what are some of the factors of 18 and 3. So I know that 3 and 6 are factors of that. So if I multiply 3 and 6, that would definitely equal 18. If I had to subtract 3 from 6, then it would definitely be a 3. And because it's a positive, I know that the 6 has to be on the positive. And then negative 3x. So that'll create a negative 18 and a positive 3. Okay. So now that we found the factors, step 4 is we replace that center term of the original equation, which is a 3x, by these two terms. So I'm going to plug them in. So I'm going to start rewriting from the very beginning, 2x squared. I'm going to put the 6 here. I'm going to put the negative 3 next, and negative 9. I put it in that order because I know that my next job is to group. And 2 and 6 are factors. 3 and 9 are factors. So that's something that I know is going to be easy. So now, step 5, using the grouping method. So then I go and I group them out like we did on the previous exercise. And then I factor out the numbers within each group. I know a 2x can be pulled from here. So I'm left with x plus 3, and I know a negative 3 can be pulled from here, so that means I'm left with x, and then because I pulled the negative, this becomes a positive x plus 3. So one of my factors is x plus 3, and now I can just combine this remainder, and I am left with the factored form. Okay, so I wanted to show you one more example because this is what you will be doing on the final homework assignment for this week. And so we're just going to kind of put all those steps together, okay? So first thing I do is multiply the first and the last together. So 2x squared times negative 15 will be a negative 30x squared. And then I just drop that negative x down. So now I'm looking for a number that can multiply into 30 and add into 1x. Well, I can take this, my factor pairs, and I go to my 30 and I look for any factors that could potentially subtract into 1. I think I just found it. 5 and a 6. Okay. So I'm going to do this, and I notice that 1 is a negative, so the larger number is going to be 6, and then a positive is going to be 5. So there are my factors, and I need to replace that negative x, and I rewrite it. 2x squared, I'm going to put the negative 6x plus 5x minus 15. All right, now we group. 2x squared minus 6x plus 5x minus 15. So factor out of this term right here would be a 2x. Then I'm left with an x minus 3. Out of this one, I can factor out the 5. So that'll be left with x minus 3. So x minus 3 is a factor. So let's combine the remaining terms. And there you have it.